All right, guys. So hopefully you can bear with me and understand me. I am all kinds of congested and nasally, so hopefully we'll make it through this without too many clearing the throat and coughs and hey Matt, all of that, too many sniffles. But thank you for being on the call tonight. It is Wednesday, November 2nd. This is the Team Living Healthy and Fit team call. I do have a couple announcements before we dive into the call. I left my notes sitting on my desk, so I don't have my notes for the call, but I know what I was going to talk about. So I'm kind of winging it, but we'll make it work. So the first announcement that I have 5 for you tonight. The first one is our What is a Coaching call. That presentation will be taking place on Tuesday, just like it shows on our team calendar. So I will be creating the event for that tomorrow. And I do encourage you to start personally inviting the people that you have selected to be on your dream team, the people who you feel are go-getters and dreamers, and people who have had awesome results with the products. And people who will be a good addition to the family and to the team. So start personally inviting those people to that call. I have not yet decided if I'm going to do that live or a Zoom call. I'm thinking that because my new phone will not be here yet, and I think my phone is the issue going live, that I'm actually going to do a Zoom call so that I have good connection rather than it skipping like it did last time. But I'm going to do the presentation much like I did last time because I really liked that format. It's just my phone isn't buffering quick enough for my live feed to be what we like. So that's going to be taking place on Tuesday, and it should be 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time like normal. Okay, so that's announcement number 1. Number 2 is Core to Force is launched. If you've been living under a rock and didn't know, it officially launched on Monday, and all of the programs are available as of yesterday, or all of the packages are available as of yesterday. And it is now available on BOD as well. So I strongly, like you guys, we have to, as leaders, try different things. This program was not really something I was excited about when it first came out. It wasn't something that I was really even had on my radar to do. But it's a really good program, and it's producing phenomenal results for people. So I'm really excited to try this program, and I encourage you to get excited. They put these launches this time of year because it tends to be a bit slower before the holidays. So that when you're excited about something, your followers and your customers are going to be excited too. So the Core to Force group, we are not. Too many people were using the word test group, and corporate doesn't want us using that word anymore. So I'm calling mine a launch group for the Core to Force. The one that I invited you girls into for us to create our own results to share with people is going to be a coaches only group. I strongly encourage you to create your own group, just like I did. Meg invited me into her test group or her launch group, but I'm creating my own to do it along with people. Get excited about starting a new program and changing things up. And even if you weren't excited at first, share that, share that you're excited to try something new and you're stepping outside of your comfort zone, and invite people to do it along with you. So that's that. We will be starting the Monday after Thanksgiving. So I think that's the 28th. We will kick off with a 3-day refresh. I know that some of you can't do it, whether it's Michelle with your diabetes or like Melissa's breastfeeding, and it's just not a good fit for her. But for most of us, we're going to kick off with a 3-day refresh, detox off of the food from the holiday weekend, and then jump right into Core to Force for 30 days. And I am going to require that you submit your pictures, you submit your before measurements and all of that information by a certain time. And I'm also going to require that every single night you take a screenshot of what your meal plan was, whether you're tracking it on your phone through the app or you're tracking it and just writing it out. I'm going to hold you guys accountable so that we get stellar results with this program because it's proven to work. We just have to put the work in. So that's number 2. Number 3 is new coach training is kicking back off on Monday, so you need to be added to that by Sunday. If you have not yet added yourself, I did make a post in the team page. Please add yourself if that's something that you're going to participate in, and I will create the welcoming post on Sunday and go live to set expectations and to talk with you girls there. And then post will start on Monday for that, and it'll be 3 weeks again. I did tweak it a little bit from the last go round. The content is pretty much the same, but I added some social media tips in there daily for accountability posts. So I'm excited for that. And the next thing is I'm going to screen share. So Super Saturdays, you guys. Super Saturday, Super Friday, Super Sunday, whatever. Super Weekend is something that is vital to our business. It is vital to plugging ourselves into the community of coaches who are successful. It's vital to filling up our cup and creating that belief within ourselves, within this community of people, and within this opportunity. So if you are not getting to Super Saturdays or you haven't been to one in a while, I strongly encourage you to start getting to them. It's going to be really hard to move your business forward without plugging yourself into the community and getting yourself to live events. So in case you aren't sure where to find that information, the next one is on January 7th or that weekend. There is going to be one in Cleveland. If you go to news and training and you go to events in your Coach Online office, you simply click on Super Saturday, and then you can scroll down and you'll see. So no excuses, you guys, none. The entire next year is planned out right here. January 7th, April 8th, July 22nd, and October 21st. Mark them down and make sure you know what those days are and that you are making them a priority. So when it comes close to the time, they will have events that you can actually click on. They're probably not up and live yet because we just had one this past weekend. But if you click on Find the Event, this little map will pop up and it'll give you where there's Super Saturdays going on near you. And usually there's a couple here in Ohio. And if you're not in Ohio, we have a couple girls out of state. There's going to be ones all over the country. So you just hover over the one that is closest to you and it'll tell you who's hosting it. It'll tell you the information. It'll give you the link to get registered. All of that is super, super important. I can tell you that for January 7th, Sagi is going to be the celebrity trainer that's going to be in Cleveland. I know that Tatiana is going to that one for sure. I have not yet decided if I'm going to that one because we are having one here in Toledo as well. Janelle will be hosting one. It'll likely be in Perrysburg at the Hilton Garden Inn, just like it was this past weekend. I'm just, myself, I'm a little concerned about traveling 2 hours in the middle of January and what weather is going to be like. So I have not yet decided if I will be making that trip. Either way, my butt will be at one, no matter which one it's at. Okay, so mark that down on your calendar. The other thing that I wanted to show you here quickly is if you go into your Coach Online office, all the summit videos are now up and live. So if you go down here where it says video library and you click on English and you simply go to events over here on the left hand side, it'll say summit. You click on summit and then it has all of the videos and the topics that were covered at summit so that any of you that were not able to attend, you can see all of that content there and get up to speed and maybe take some new tips and things like that from the talks that went down at Summit. Okay, so that's pretty cool that they provide all that if you were able to make it. So those are the announcements that I have for today. I want to go ahead and dive into the call. I apologize that I left my notes sitting on my desk. But tonight, our call is really based on something I've started doing. Yes, they just had their leadership retreat as well, so those are up and live. And I know that Scotty Hobbs as well recorded a lot of those, so if you go to his YouTube, you'll see them all in order from leadership as well, and I've started listening to those. But so corporate's rolling out this new, what they're calling the vital process. So we have our 4 vital behaviors, but they're now rolling out this thing called the vital process. And before I dive into that, I want to kind of back up a little bit. So something I have personally started doing is really going back to the basics of getting people results. There for a while, like coaching was coming really easily and people were enrolling. And then I found myself trying to shift more towards recruiting, because that's what a lot of the top coaches were doing. And they were encouraging people to do is just recruit to grow your team, which yes, we want to grow our team, but I wasn't finding a whole lot of success in that. I wasn't finding that those coaches were sticking around or being excited because they didn't have belief in the products yet. So it was almost like they were overwhelmed, right? Like even as a discount coach or somebody that maybe wants to dabble in it, if they haven't used the products yet, we sign them on, we throw them into a challenge group, they get a package, we throw them into a team page, we send them a welcome email, we throw them into a new coach basics group, and it's like, they're just trying to get results themselves, and they tend to get overwhelmed. And then what happens? They shut down and they disappear, and they quit and cancel and all of that. So that's not the purpose of enrolling people. The purpose of enrolling people is to, 1, help them get results, help people. Like Eva shared in her post today, like just going back to the root of our business is helping people to lead healthier, happier lifestyles and to get results, you guys. That should be our number 1 priority. When we make that our number 1 priority, everything else will fall into place. Like think about yourself. I know for me, I was a customer first. I was a customer for almost 6 months before I enrolled to be a coach. And when I became a coach, I was ready. I maybe didn't do the business the right way at first because I was trying to figure that out, but I believed in the products wholeheartedly. And I was ready to dive in and become an independent coach and learn because I believed in the product so much because it worked for myself. So something that we need to really work on is, 1, getting results ourselves. Like if you find yourself just kind of going through the motions and you're getting your workouts in, but you're really not sticking to a program, that's the whole purpose of doing this upcoming group, is to make us stay accountable as coaches. Life happens and things get difficult, but we have to keep pushing ourselves forward. And when we get results, we feel better for 1, right? And we get excited about the products again. So think about when you first started as a coach, what made you excited about being a coach? It probably wasn't, working towards Success Club or your goals necessarily that got you excited. Yes, you're excited to work towards them and you're excited to achieve them, but what made you excited? I know for me, it's when people message me and say, hey, like, I feel so good this week. I lost this much weight, blah, blah, blah. And you get that encouraging feedback that those people are starting to feel good about themselves, right? You're actually helping people. So what corporate is really trying to shift us to is to do the same thing, to get away from so much hype around the income opportunity and around the coaching opportunity, and go back to the basics of helping people to get results. And you guys, if we do a good job at that, the rest will fall into place, and organically your team is going to explode because you're going to create a team of people who have gotten awesome results. They're feeling good about themselves and they're excited to share that with people. And once they already know about the products, then they can really dive into becoming a coach and understanding the business and learning, because they're not trying to create balance in their own life so much and just starting out. Does that make sense? So there's 4 steps to the vital process, and it's really pretty easy. You connect with new friends, you grow those relationships, you flourish those relationships and get to know those people, you invite them into a challenge group, you coach them. You don't just throw them into a group and expect them to just do the work. We can't do it for them, guys. Like, there's going to be some people that just, they say they're ready, but they're not, and they might not show up. That's nothing that you can change. But what we can change is our approach and helping them to stay accountable. And so helping them to get results and to be excited about the products and make sure they're drinking their Shakeology or their performance line, they're doing their workouts and getting them the results, and then inviting them into the coaching opportunity. And then letting them be excited about the products and to share that with people. And then it's coaching them to do the exact same thing. That's all we do, right? I mean, really, if you break down what we do as coaches is we build relationships, we meet new people, and we get to know them and build relationships. We invite them to join us in a challenge group. We help them to get results. We invite them into the coaching opportunity because they had awesome results, and then we show them to do the same exact thing. I think the more we go back to the basics and the more simplified we keep it, one, it's easier for all of us, and two, it's so much more duplicatable, right? It's so much easier to teach your coaches to say, look, just start growing and connecting with people and growing those relationships. Invite them into a challenge group with you. Have fun together, get to know each other, get excited about getting results, hold each other accountable, and teach them to do the same thing. That's so much easier than saying, okay, we're going to get you in a Coach Basics group. We're going to plug you into this. We need to get you to Emerald. You got to hit Success Club, blah, blah, blah. All that stuff will happen organically if we just focus on helping people. So that's what I really want us to focus on. And I made a post this morning about reconnect with people. Like, how have you been connecting with your coaches and your challengers from the past? Are you following up with them and making sure that they're still keeping on track, or maybe they need to be plugged back into a challenge group? Like, we aren't here just to help somebody get into a challenge group one time and then expect them to just figure it out. That doesn't happen, you guys. Not even for all coaches. But they're like, we are the abnorm here. We are not the rule. We are the ones that want something bigger, and we are pushing hard for our goals, and we keep showing up every day. That's not the average person. So we have to keep in contact with those people. So I'm challenging you to reach out to at least 3 of your prior challengers and get connected with them again. Get them connected in a group and help them get on track through the holidays. Okay? So that's all I really have. I'll open it up for a few minutes to see if you guys have any questions. I'm sorry. I hope it doesn't sound as bad as I think it sounds, because my ears are all plugged up and I'm just like a hot mess. But I would love to hear some feedback on like what your thoughts are, and if that makes sense, and if you feel like that would simplify your life, and if you feel like that's something that you've been working towards too, or if you don't, I just want to hear what your thoughts are.
I think I had talked to you before, Corey, kind of about that, like how I know I felt more like myself talking to someone about it after they were already in a group, because I know that's how it was for me. I didn't feel like I could like tell other people to do something when I hadn't really like followed through with it myself yet, you know? Mm-hmm. And you're like, oh, cool, do this, you know, it'll be really great. But yet I hadn't like finished the program yet myself. So I guess I just looked at it from that perspective. And then I think I talked to you about like how I was trying to like build those relationships like with my list, like adding them to my list and setting like a due date for like a month later, which it doesn't have to be a month, but I set like a due date on it. That way it would like, in that month I would be like commenting and liking and engaging. And then on that date, it tells me like to reach out to that person. Like, hey girl, saw you got a new dog. Cute. Like, you know, just, but at least like for me, it slowed down that process. It wasn't like, oh, hey, like you added me as a friend on Monday, and Tuesday I'm going to, you know, like your stuff. And then Thursday I'm going to invite you to this challenge group. Because if someone did that to me, I'd be like, who are you? You know? So that for me just like helped me way slow it down and like take my time. So yeah.
For sure. Just really taking the time, and we have to be patient. Like, it's going to take time. This isn't a quick turnaround business. This is a delayed process. So the people you're talking with now and building those relationships with now are probably going to enroll in 2 to 3 months, maybe 6 months. You just never know. I have a girl that messaged me on Monday morning and said, hey girl, I bought the 21-day fix and I wasn't sure which flavor of Shakeology, so I got strawberry. I've invited that girl into challenge groups. I don't know how many times she told me yes before, and that's why she had my link. And it's probably been bad on my part, but probably 4 or 5 months since I've talked to her last, and she went and ordered. So, yeah. I mean, that doesn't always happen. I was like, hey, extra 2 points. But, excuse me. But you just never know. So you have to keep building those relationships and keep in contact with those people. Just because they said no doesn't mean that you should forget about them and not stay in contact. Because I know for myself, like Kelly had talked to me for 6 months before I started P90X, and we had a burnt copy of it. And, you know, then it was another 5 months before I decided to become a coach. So, people have to come to it on their own terms, and they have to see if you're real. They have to know if you're being consistent, if they want to follow you. They want to know if you're getting results, if you're, being a leader. We have to show all of those qualities to allow people to trust us, to allow people to see the opportunity that's in front of them, because we are taking advantage of it and we are leading by example. So
I was listening to one of the talks too from the leadership thing, and it really kind of like struck a chord with me too. It was, I forgot who it was. It was a girl. I could like look back in my history and find it, but it was really good. And she was saying like, her talk was specifically about challenge groups, and she was saying, it's really important to meet people where they are. Just because someone buys a challenge group and they commit to your group, that doesn't mean that they're going to check in every single day or they're going to eat 100% according to their containers. Maybe for them, a huge victory is not drinking pop for 21 days, And as a coach, like, we still have to just applaud them for that and respect them for that, and then maybe the next round, then they're going to commit to the meal plan. And then maybe the next round, they're going to work out 5 days instead of 2 days a week. But she goes, that's one thing for me that I, struggled with was like, I thought just because, I was all in, everyone else would be all in, and most people are not all in, and that's okay. And we need to tell them that that's okay, because a lot of people feel probably like, bad about themselves because they're not as committed as you are, because they see your posts. But we need to tell them, hey girl, like, it's okay. Like, good for you for not drinking Pepsi every morning before you go to work. Like, that's a big plus, good job. I'm really proud of you. So that really kind of resonated with me. I was like, that's true. Just appreciate people for taking the step to buy a challenge pack, and just, it's a big step for some people, to take the step to just try to change their health. I mean, she said, even if they don't, come back and check in your group, just send them a message like, hey, I'm still thinking, I am still here for you. Like, let me know what I can do, let people know that you're willing to meet them where they are. So I thought that was really, she had a really good talk. So yeah.
No, and that's awesome. And something I've been working on is creating a template to share with you girls on how to create more engagement in challenge groups and how to really connect with people, like making it more than just the nutrition and fitness. Because I don't know about you guys, but like, I found myself just like posting like health and fitness tips and like mini fitness challenges, and like, which was okay for a little while, and then it's like everything, it was just like boring. Like, one, we need to be excited about challenge groups, and we need to be the best challenger and lead from the front, right? We need to be showing up and posting and engaging and commenting on everybody's things to get the group excited. But we need to make it more about what their non-scale victories are, what their little milestones are, and celebrate the shit out of those, because those are big for some people, So like, for example, one of the things in the template, which is I'm really, really excited about. So this new template is going to give you different topics that you can post about on each day with a sample so that you can see what it is, but you will have to create your own content. I'm not making a template like I used to, where I'm giving you every single day and every single post, and then you just copy and paste, because we all need to make it our own. And this makes it more duplicatable for our teams so that they can put their own twist on it. But like, one of the sample days is Thursday being Throwback Thursday. So like in the second week, it says, 2 weeks ago, I would have had blank for lunch, but this week I'm having blank for lunch. And they have to fill in the blanks, just little things like that to get them to see, because it's so easy for us to go, oh, well, they're following the meal plan. They're supposed to be doing that. Or it's easy for them to think the same thing. But when you make them really think, well, crap, 2 weeks ago they were eating Taco Bell, and this week they took a salad to lunch, or they made their own chicken burritos. You know, like little things like that really helps to inspire people and to create that excitement within them too. So that should be finalized tomorrow, and I'll probably share it in the group early part of next week to put my final tweaks on it, because I'm working with a group of girls on that template. But little things like that to help us get excited about doing challenge groups and providing different content, asking like where their dream vacation would be. You know, just little things to get to know people better instead of just the mundane, you know, you should try this because it's a healthy recipe, or, you know, it just gets so boring, and we need to spice it up a little bit. So next week we'll talk about spicing up challenge groups and making those super effective and engaging, which is only going to help us to grow, right? Because we're going to help people. Like, I really want us to focus on helping people get results. There's so, like, we have a good solid team, you guys, but where are all of our challengers, and where are all of their results and submitting them to the Beachbody Challenge and winning their t-shirts and winning the $500? We need to create more excitement about that and reminding them to do that so that they get excited about it. Who doesn't want to win $500? I mean, especially if you're already doing the program. I do. Sign me up for that. So, anybody else? Any thoughts? Eva did share something. What does it say? So Eva said, yes, I started reconnecting with a girl about 6 or so months ago, invited her several times, but the answer was always no, not now. Well, she reached out to me about a week ago. I still kept in touch and purchased a 21-day fix yesterday. It takes time. Absolutely. That's awesome. Congratulations, girl. And she came back to you because you stayed consistent, and she knew that she could come back to you and when she was ready, because you kept that relationship open and you didn't just shut her off because she said no, it wasn't a good time. So good job. Anybody else have any thoughts of going back to the basics a bit more and helping people get results?
I agree that we should be going back to the basics. It feels like we're just like posting to post, or not really getting into it or being sincere or whatever. I feel like I don't know, on autopilot or something.
Yeah.
And I agree that we need to refresh ourselves and give it more. I for one don't feel like I've been giving my all for the last couple of weeks. I've been sick, but that's not really an excuse. I could still be posting and scheduling and whatever. So tonight is a good topic. It was a very good topic. So I'm ready to reset.
Good. You know, like share that you're sick. I worked out the past 2 days. I actually feel better when I'm working out. The stuffiness goes away, or maybe I'm just not concentrating on it when I'm lifting. I don't know that I could do cardio, but I'm like, I have to be better before this coming week because I start core to force. But I'm sharing that with people. Like, I'm listening to my body, but I'm also not letting myself get into a rut. You know what I mean? I'm trying to push through where I can. So share that with people. Share that you've been sick. You know, really focus on your meal plan. When you can't work out, you guys, like that one, that'll make you better because you're fueling your body with good food and it'll help it to recover faster. But share that with people. Share that side of things. If you can't do lower body, then do upper body and do the best that you can and do a couple moves. I know that when Meg broke her arm, she did cardio for however many weeks her arm was in a cast because she couldn't lift or do anything, and then she had to start from ground zero because she had no muscle tone in that arm and things like that. So you have to, okay, so Scotty Hobbs said in his call is the difference between a coach at 1 or a coach at 10 is not their income, and it's not the size of their team. It's how quickly they recover from adversity. So what makes us a great coach is how quickly we recover from adversity. We all have adversity, you guys. We all have struggles. And when he shared that a couple weeks ago he hit 14-star diamond, which is an awesome accomplishment. And the very next week he dropped to 7-star. Can you imagine the heartbreak? Can you imagine all that hard work and the gut wrench that he felt when that happened? And then the following week he was back up to 8-star. It's how quickly you recover. He couldn't focus on the fact that he dropped 7 diamonds. He had to focus on moving forward, being the leader, leading from the front, and helping those people get back to diamond, or inviting more people to his team and helping those people grow. We can't focus on the negative. If we do, we're going to find ourselves stuck. So think about that, because that for me really stood out to me when he said that. That what makes a great coach is how quickly you overcome adversity. So anybody else have any thoughts or questions? No. I apologize. I do have a head cold, so I had notes and I was ready to be on task and lay it out to you guys nicely, but I apologize if it was kind of scattered and a little all over the place. I blame it on my head being stuffy and not having my notes. But I do appreciate you all jumping on the call. I'm very proud of you all for being on this call. And seriously, that post I made about Brittany today, Meg shared that in her group, and I thought that was hilarious. And it's so true. Don't dwell on the fact that you maybe missed Success Club last month or the month before, or maybe you haven't hit it in a while. Look forward. You're not going backwards. You're going forward. Be excited about where you're going now. Be excited about the journey that you're on now, and make small shifts in your daily routine, whether it's writing out your goals every morning or saying affirmations out loud. My boys and I have started saying affirmations out loud for the last 2 weeks, and we yell them. We're in the kitchen and we yell them. I am excited to learn today. And then they yell it back to me. I am going to be nice to my friends today. I'm going to have fun at school today. We yell all these positive affirmations. I'm going to get a purple today. And at the end, I say, and today I am thankful for. And we each say something that we are thankful for. Be grateful. Be excited about your life, because you guys, even though things might be rough and there might be some things going on, it could always be worse. There's something positive in every single one of our lives. There's actually a lot of things positive in every single one of our lives. Appreciate and be grateful for that, and start shifting your focus. I promise you, when you start being excited about life again and being thankful for what you do have, you will see a whole new light coming your way. So thank you all for being on the call. I am not going to do a live power hour in the morning. I am going to rest, because I am going out of town Friday with Meg for a Joel Osteen event, and I'm going to be gone Friday and Saturday with her. So I need to get my rest, so I am not sick to be driving on the road for 4 hours on Friday and then 4 hours back on Saturday. So I apologize for that, but the template is there. I encourage you to use it. I will for surely get my power hour in. And I thank you all for being on the call. Good powwow sesh, guys. And did you have something
I wanted to share? Yes, I bought a desk, so now I can get organized.
Yay, good
I'm
for
so
you.
excited.
You can have your workstation, see? Create that energy. Create that area.
Terry put it together for me yesterday, and now I just got to get all my stuff in here and get organized. And
that's awesome. Cool.
Hour space.
Good for you, girl. Yeah. That's exciting.
Yeah.
All right, my love.
All right, well, have a good trip.
Thank you. I'm going to go to bed and get some rest. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Thank you for being on the call, and I love you all. Good night.